Hello students, hope all of you are fine and all of you have did the homework which I have given you in your last video. So in the last class what I have done, we have done with triangles. I have explained you the types of triangles and other criteria related to triangles, and I have asked you to solve by yourself question number 3 and 4. 1 and 2 number I have explained you, 3 and 4 number I have told you to do by yourself. Now we will start with question number 5. In question number 5, a triangle is drawn and it is being subdivided into several types. See, this is a big triangle ABC whose side measurements are given, and inside that triangle small divisions are made. Study the figure given on the right hand side and answer the following question. So this is the figure given and you have to answer the following questions. So once more I will explain you the type of triangles, then only you can answer the following questions. Triangles are of 6 types, 3 on the basis of angle and 3 on the basis of sides. On the basis of sides, triangle are equilateral triangle whose all sides equal, isosceles triangle whose 2 sides equal, scalene triangle whose no sides are equal. On the basis of angle, triangles are again 3 types. One is acute angled triangle whose all angles are acute, right angled triangle whose one angle is 90 degree, and obtuse angled triangle whose one angle is more than 90 degree. So here from the figure you need to find the following. Name you need to write of the triangle. So name here from name the equilateral triangle. So here ABC is an equilateral triangle because AB is 4 cm, BC is 4 cm, CA is 4 cm. So all its sides are equal. So ABC is an equilateral triangle. Here then in the provided space you will write triangle ABC. In this way you have to do all the questions. If the concept is clear, you all can write by yourself. Now let us go to the MCQs. In MCQ question number 6, have a look what it is told. Which of the following describe the triangle at the right? Here is a triangle given. You can see whose one angle is 90 degree and 2 sides are equal. So here the triangle is being divided on the basis of right angle and on the basis of sides. So here since one angle is 90 degree, so it is obviously right. 90 degree means right angle and 2 sides are equal. That means it is isosceles. So which option contains right angle and isosceles? Let's have a look. Is this C number option. It is isosceles and right angle. Okay. So we can mark in question number C. Means option number C. Now let's go to option number question number 7. Which statement is not true about the given triangle? This is a triangle. So what we can say about this triangle? This is an equilateral triangle. Always remember an equilateral triangle is also an isosceles triangle. So it is an isosceles triangle also. And here all its angles are acute. So it is an acute angled triangle also. So A number correct, C number correct, D number correct. So incorrect is B number. In the similar way, you have to solve question number 8. Which of the following in the figure is a right angle triangle? So from the following figure, you have to find out a right angle triangle. So 8 number question is left for the students. Now go to 9 number. All equilateral triangles are isosceles, but all isosceles triangles are not equal. This question's answer will be written at the bottom. So let's go to 10 number first, then I will explain 9 number. How many triangles are there in the given figure? So here 2 figures are there. One is A, one is B. Here inside it, how many triangles are there? You need to count it and you need to write the answers at the bottom in both the cases. So it's almost over. Now we will go to question number 9. So now see question number 9. What it is told? All equilateral triangles are isosceles, but not all isosceles triangles are equilateral. Why? All equilateral triangles are isosceles, but all isosceles are not equilateral because in isosceles triangle, two sides are equal, but in equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. So we can easily call an equilateral triangle as isosceles by considering two of its sides as equal. So in an equilateral triangle, since all the sides are equal, if we consider their two sides are equal, then it becomes an isosceles triangle. So an equilateral triangle can easily be converted into an isosceles triangle. So now we are going to our next topic of this chapter. Our next topic is quadrilaterals. Okay, so let's have a look on that. So now we are going to start with quadrilateral. What is quadrilateral? It will be a big question for you. A quadrilateral is a closed figure bounded by four sides. Like triangle, it is bounded by three sides. It is a figure bounded by four sides. There are five special type of triangles. Five special type of quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals are of four types. So what are those? First is trapezium. Second is parallelogram. Third is rectangle. Fourth is, let me scroll it down. Fourth is rhombus and fifth is square. Out of these five, some of the names you have heard in your previous classes, like rectangle, square, these all you have heard. But trapezium, parallelogram, these may be some new terms. So now, individually one we will learn, we will understand first. So in each of the cases, the figure is mentioned here. So whenever you will copy this in your notebook, please draw the figure and use ruler and pencil to draw the figure. Don't use pen to draw figure, because in geometry you have to draw the figure using pencil and ruler. In exam, if definitions are asked and it is not mentioned to draw the figure, then also you have to draw the figure. It's compulsory to draw the figure. So now let's go to trapezium. What is trapezium? You can see the figure here. This is a trapezium. A trapezium is a quadrilateral whose exactly one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So here one pair, see, this side is parallel to this side, but these two are not parallel. So one pair of parallel sides. This is called a trapezium. Now let's go to parallelogram. Its pronunciation is parallelogram. Break the syllable and pronounce it. You can clearly pronounce it. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pair of opposite sides parallel. So here this one is parallel to this one and this one is also parallel to this one. So parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pair of opposite sides parallel. Okay. Now next go to rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram in which the adjacent sides are at right angle. Now what does adjacent side means? Adjacent side means neighbors. See, this side and this side adjacent, this side and this side adjacent. This figure and this figure is almost same, but the difference is that here all the corner angles are 90 degree. So it is only called here that a rectangle is a parallelogram in which the adjacent sides are at right angle. So here adjacent sides are at right angle. Between the adjacent sides the angle is 90 degree. Now let's go to rhombus. What is rhombus? Rhombus is also a parallelogram. Rhombus is a parallelogram, all of whose sides are same length, or you can write all of whose sides are equal length. So it is also a parallelogram. See, these two are almost same, but the difference is here all sides are equal. Next go to square. A square is also a parallelogram whose sides have the same length and all the angles are at right angle. So this and this is almost same. Here all sides are equal and all its angles are 90 degree. So the difference between rhombus and square is, in rhombus all its angles are not 90 degree, but in square all its angles are 90 degree. So these are the 5 types of quadrilateral. Now we will go to the criteria related to this quadrilateral. Now, before going to the criteria, one important name I need to explain you. The name is diagonal. What does diagonal means? See, this is a quadrilateral and in the middle a line is being drawn. You can see BD. BD is opposite to each other. So what does diagonal means? The line obtained by joining the opposite angle of a quadrilateral is called diagonal. This is called diagonal. BD is the diagonal of this quadrilateral. Now we can go to the criteria. You can see this table in your book. If the book is there with you, you can open the book and take out this table. In this table, the various criteria of the quadrilaterals are mentioned. You can see. What we can see? Opposite sides, all sides, opposite angles, diagonals. So opposite sides parallel. Whose opposite sides are parallel? See, parallelogram, opposite sides parallel, rectangle, opposite sides parallel, square, opposite sides parallel, rhombus, opposite sides parallel, trapezium, opposite sides parallel. Okay. Now opposite sides equal. Parallelogram, rectangle, square, rhombus, all opposite sides are equal. But in trapezium, it is not equal. Next come all sides equal. So only square and rhombus has all sides equal. Others don't have. Opposite angle equal. All is having opposite angles equal but not in trapezium. Now diagonals are equal. Diagonals are equal in 2 cases. Rectangle and square. Other cases they are not equal. And diagonals are perpendicular. Diagonals are perpendicular in case of only square and rhombus. Look at this table carefully which is there in your book. This will be very helpful to find out the reasons for some true-false question. Okay, now we will move to the exercise. In exercise, you can see 11E, question number 1, there are some figures are drawn. You have to name the quadrilaterals. So I think if my explanation is clear, the students can do question number 1 by themselves. So question number 1 is left as homework. Now question number 2. Question number 2 is fill in the blanks. Read the criteria again and answer the fill in the blanks. So 1 and 2 goes for homework. Now question number 3. Determine if the given statement are sometimes, always or never true. So sometimes, always and never true you need to find. For this you can take the help of the chart which just now I have shown to you. Now question number 4. Question number 4 is also true and false. So from exercise 11E, question number 1, 2, 3 and 4 are given as homework to the students. They can solve the homework in their book using pencil. So in our next class, we will start with 5 number where we need to give reasons. I will show you how to do that and then we will go to the next topic. Okay, so this much for today's class. Thank you.